more. And so to Simeone's selection for Atletico, the era of Juan Fran Godin and Felipe Luis, defensive linchpins and leviathans. Now over, it appears. Kieran Trippier, Hermoso and Renan Lodi are asked to keep the tradition going in a new look back four. João Felix, signed from Benfica for 126 million, is required to take on the mantle of Antoine Griezmann, and he also starts here. But Marcos Llorente, signed from Real Madrid for 40 million, sent off after 24 minutes of his debut against Guadalajara, is only among the substitutes.
Between the two clubs, and of course Atletico Madrid finished second in the league last season and Real Madrid were third, but you'll see a lot of competitiveness, and that's the start of it now.
Right away it was Lamar making his mark. It was shifted right to Diego Costa, and Atletico have scored within 43 seconds here. Talk about being caught cold in the heat. Real Madrid nowhere, and Atletico lead 1-0.
Well, that's it. They lost the challenge on the halfway line now. You talk about Diego Simeone. His teams are so fired up, and we've been chatting about it before the game kicked off. They're fired up. They want to win this game. The animosity, the hatred between the two clubs. You'll see that later on. And I'm going to mention, obviously, Sergio Ramos, who's been sent off 19 times in the Liga, 24 times in total. That looks like it takes a deflection. I think the shot from Costa was deflected by Sergio Ramos. Let's have a look, see.
Jerry, I wonder whether Morata was also very clever. Would he have been given offside if he touched it? I don't know.
Well, let's see again. I think the keeper had it covered. It was going to hit the near post and it was deflected into the far post there off the right foot ankle of Sergio Ramos, and had Morata touched it, I think it would have been disallowed, and he was clever enough to let it run. And I'm not sure these two guys would get together and be a good formation, the two centre forwards, because they're similar. But that Hart, he's going to get opportunities in centre goal. We haven't seen anything of him. He's been really unfortunate. And look at this, over the top, he's onside.
It's another race for Ramos to get back onside. Such a poor touch by Costa. Courtois, well, he counted up, didn't they, late in the campaign. Valencia, Rayo Vallecano, Real Sociedad. They even lost at home to Real Betis at the very end of the season. So a win would be very, very important for them, I think.
Yeah, they're a bit short of confidence again, and it's scoring goals now. Look at this.
Saul has got it. And it's two, and João Felix weighs in with a goal for his new club. A fabulous start to his Atletico Madrid career. There's one thing to score in that famous jersey, but to do it against the famous all-white makes it all right indeed.
Well, that's a dream start for João Felix. He's come into the box. He had a great season last year, particularly the second half for Benfica. And Sal gets to the byline, too easy for me, cuts it back. Oh, there's 3 or 4 white shirts. They're not picking anybody up. And it's awful defending, it really is. And where's Odriozola? He might get forward, but he hasn't got back, and it's a tap in for João Felix, and a great opening debut goal in the derby for him. Oh, too easy, Paul, far too easy.
Atletico Madrid, true to type, seem to have been working very, very hard while they've been here since the 0-0 against Guadalajara to open the International Champions Cup campaign. And laid off by Jovic. But Jovic not really doing much in where he can do his best work, which is in that penalty box.
Oh, Paul, on the counter-attack, they're going to rip them to pieces.
Morata again finding João Felix. João Felix again! Courtois in goal, throws his arms wide and says, I need a bit of help here, guys. They couldn't so easily be 3 down.
4 against 2. The other 2 are coming back. They're out of the game. It's the 2 full-backs, Marcelo and Odriozola. It's the 2 centre-halves left, 4 on 2. He should have scored, or he should have played somebody else in. It should really have started so well.
25 million from Tottenham. And here's the young left-back, Renan Lodi, who is also looking a player in the great tradition of Lamar. Deflection on it, Courtois got down well.
It was Diego to do something good and had a good run in the Champions League, but he needs to improve on that every year. He drives himself on. He's such a hard pass master. That's a good ball. Here's Trippier.
Eluded Marcelo. Ramos kept his arms by his side. It's nicely done by Koke. Brilliantly done. And it's 3. Oh, it's fantastic. They can't stop themselves from scoring. Correa's in this time.
Oh, what a goal.
Koke so very, very clever, and Courtois beaten again.
Well, I did say to you, when this young boy comes on, Angel Correa, he is a flying machine. He's got great technique. He knows where the back of the net is, and I think that's a good partnership. It really is. But the ball from Sal was a good ball, you're right. I think Real Madrid are still in second gear. They're first everything. Trippier wins this, the ball forward, clever, links it through, he's onside, he takes a touch, he knows where the back of the net is, and instinctively pivots there and bang, back of the net. No chance for Courtois. 3-0. This is a rout. It really is. Wonderful skills.
But Jerry, what are Real Madrid doing back there? Everybody rushes to the ball. It's panic stations in front of Courtois.
They're not playing. Real Madrid have everything, and the goals, when you see the goals, Paul, and you see that run as well from Angel Correa when he made the run there and he was onside. He's coming from a deep position, nobody picks him up. Look at that pass, it's awful.
Saul won it back, and here we go again, and it's 4. And this is actually becoming embarrassing for Real Madrid.
Well, it's easy for Sal, because if you anticipate and you want to get to the ball before the opposition and they're in second gear, they're going to have chance after chance, and they can score at will. 4-0. This is going to be a huge defeat.
Diego Costa, written off too soon perhaps. He's got 2 here against Real Madrid.
It's all about anticipation, and when Sal wins it and gives it to him, Diego Costa's not going to miss. Thank you very much. There, the pass from Sergio Ramos is awful. Look at Modric on his back foot. Sal anticipates it, wins the ball, slots it in. They are committing suicide. They really are awful.
Wasn't anywhere near his best in 2018-19, but he looks renewed here, I must say.
Well, Toma risk.
Lamar. It's a good one. Sharp stop from Courtois, completely unchallenged. Was it Savic who went for it?
Yeah, and this is awful. He has nobody picking him up, marking him. It's a free header. Have a look at this. Where's his marker going? It looks like it's Toni Kroos, who should be close to him, but they're not picking him up. Free header, he comes in from the edge of the box and hammers the header, and it's Hermoso. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. How many are
brisk, business-like, confident, and very fit for a team that's only played 1 game before tonight. And here's Kieran Trippier arriving in the box. It's a great ball by Trippier, wow. And it should again be 5.
Oh, fabulous ball, Kieran Trippier. I tell you, that was different class. Lamar would be disappointed he hasn't put that one away. Super ball in, he whips it in. Oh, it's a great delivery. He's got to just cushion that one with his left foot in the back of the net. It's got to be in the goal, and so disappointed with the finish.
With Ramos and Nacho as centre-backs.
No, Raphael Varane should be in there. He's a world-class centre-half who is a French World Cup winner. He's got to be in, and I think Carvajal's going to end up getting in instead of... Oh!
That's a bit more like it, and Oblak gets a lucky bounce back off the post. Vinicius Junior hit the post, but he couldn't squeeze it into the net, which is what Real Madrid really need right now.
Yeah, that's the best moment of the first half for Real Madrid. And you know, Vinicius Junior in the penalty area, he's closed down, it goes through the legs of Savic and in off the inside of the post, back into the hands of Oblak. A little bit of good fortune for them there.
And Jerry, not dissimilar to the position from which Correa got his vis-a-vis Real Madrid, if you're an incoming player.
Well, the pressure on an Atletico Madrid team is obviously not as great because of what they've achieved. They've won now 10 titles over the history of Spanish La Liga. That's a great ball, he's in.
Lodi again to João Felix, who's shaping up so very well. João Felix, a new name to so many over here. Not for much longer. Diego Costa went over. It might be a penalty. It is a penalty.
There's a little bit of a shimmy from Diego Costa when he receives the ball inside the box. This is brilliant skill from João Felix. He lays it off here, and there's the pass from Lamar. Now, one touch. Oh, it's a silly challenge from Isco,
who's on a yellow card, remember. I wonder whether there's another yellow to come.
That's a penalty kick all day long. He's got to be kidding me. Good save from Courtois. He's had a busy first half.
I was going to say, Jerry, not the first good save from Courtois by any means. João Felix looking magnificent, but it is going to be Diego Costa with the chance of a first half hat-trick against Real Madrid here in the MetLife Stadium. Even if Courtois keeps it out, it won't make it respectable. Costa down the middle, beats Courtois, and Real Madrid would rather be anywhere else right now. It's Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 5, and honestly, hardly anyone can believe this.
Well, I would say they've created at least 9 or 10 chances, and he's clever. He's don't follow the eyes. Courtois goes to his right, he hammers it straight down the middle, he opens his body up slightly, but Diego Costa, first half hat-trick. Who would have thought it?
There may well be wholesale changes. Atletico second with 76, Real Madrid a distant third with 68, and likely to go 6 behind in this game. They are 6 behind. He just cannot stop scoring tonight. Diego Costa has done it again.
4 goals. He has found his form. He is on cloud 9. Honestly, every time he gets the ball, he looks like he's going to score.
This is the Diego Costa we saw at Chelsea 3 and 4 years ago, terrorising centre-backs and so confident in front of goal.
Yeah, he's class. He is a class act. He's a class finisher, especially in this form. And he times his run perfectly through the legs of the defender, and he dinks it over the advancing Keylor Navas. But what about the defence again? He's got a touch, and it's through the legs of Nacho.
Another great thing about this for Atletico Madrid, the assist by João Felix, as he was doing at Benfica last season, Jerry, and you spotted it earlier tonight for our viewers. He just sits off the defender, finds a metre of space and plays a teammate in, as he did there.
The head of Savage.
Eden Hazard. That's a bit more like it from Hazard, and they get one back, Real Madrid. The last touch might have been by Nacho.
I don't think he knew too much about it. It hit him rather than him putting the ball in the net. And it was good play from Eden Hazard. That's a really positive attacking role he's shown there on the left-hand side, Paul, and he needed it, and Real Madrid needed it.
That was a moment, a glimpse of the real Eden Hazard in a Real Madrid jersey. Here it is, and he gets away from Correa.
Shows great determination, and there's a touch at the near post, and it hits the left heel of Nacho. I don't know if he knows too much about it, but it hits him on the left heel, and he's happy to claim that goal. He didn't know an awful lot about it, did he?
Bound to get feisty. It always does here, and people need to put their arms down. Diego Costa's in the middle of it, and he's lost the plot, as he tends to do all too often. Carvajal actually took the first hit, and he didn't like it much.
Well, that's what I was talking about, and it's Lucas, I think, and Lucas is not happy. He's not happy with the challenge, I think, from Diego Costa. Who would be a referee in these situations? And Koke, I think, and Danny Carvajal are trying to sort it out. 2 Spanish internationals who know each other very well. Linesmen chatting to the referee. But as you reminded everybody at the start, Jerry, you know, the intensity of the rivalry never goes away. Yeah. And that's a bad challenge now.
It's a foul on Lamar.
It is, but he kicks him. And now watch the challenge coming back from Diego Costa. And that's why Carvajal reacts straight away. And he's standing up for the player who was kicked, and everybody gets involved.
And we mean everybody.
Yep. Diego Costa's been brought over by Simeone, and Carvajal should be the other one.
Yep. Surely there's no need for anything other than a yellow, just to calm a couple of people down.
Yeah, but he's got red.
We're going to go with red. I said it because I sensed it could happen, Jerry. Is that really appropriate?
I don't think so. I think yellow card would have been enough, but the referee wants to be very strict on this occasion. He's gone for it. That's one of the reasons I mentioned at the start about the disciplinary record of Sergio Ramos, who's got 24 red cards in his career in Spanish football and has the highest record of any other player. But two players sent off.
Diego Costa, who was in the thick of it, it must be said. And we think it's Carvajal. We're going to confirm that.
It is. It's definitely Dani Carvajal. Carvajal and Costa are the two sent off. He didn't play long the second half, Carvajal, did he?
No, he didn't. And it's a bit like Nacho in the previous outing for Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
So Herrera has arrived at Atletico along with Felipe, the Brazilian centre-back from Porto. They paid a fee for him. Again, that looks a very sound, well thought out transfer for a player who just gives you everything every week. This is a fabulous run forward, and it's an even better finish to make it 7-1 for Atletico Madrid. There's no end to this. Navas got nowhere near it. Another special goal tonight from Atletico Madrid.
Well, it's Vitolo who's a sub, who's only been on, what, 3 or 4 minutes, and he's a class player. He's a left-sided midfield player, but he's come all the way. He's run a good 15-20 yards, come inside on his right foot and buried it in the bottom corner.
Dare I say, Jerry, one of the forgotten men.
Well, sometimes they're forgotten, like Diego Costa. They remember him now, don't they? But look at this run. Really strong, penetrating run, past one. Keeps going. Then he's going to come inside here, and he shows good body strength coming in on his right foot, and that's a great finish. That's one of the best goals of the night for me.
A little glimpse of his undoubted talent. He was a star at Sevilla. Atletico paid a lot of money for him, but so far he's not fired at all at Atletico. Maybe now.
He has tonight. That's a class goal. Absolutely top end of it.
Went out on a limb and tried to get a performance level out of Kalinic when basically other people had given up on him.
Oh, he's onside.
Flag stayed down. Navas palms it, but it's still alive. Vitolo onto the bits and pieces, and it's around the post and out where it can do no harm, but the harm has been done already again here.
Oh, superb
wave
play.
After wave. Yes, he's come on for Kieran Trippier, Carlos Munoz, Obero, Lucas Vazquez. Rodrigo's cross wasn't a bad one, and Gareth Bale was in there. Gives us a smile at least.
Well, could this be the last game he plays for Real Madrid? He's trying to get in, he gets a header, doesn't head it. Whatever position they're playing in, you can see the shape of them there. They're all, the shape's good, and that's very important from a coach's point of view.
Sense that Real Madrid just wish this was over, but there's more punishment to come.
Unbelievable.
Gets away with one. He knew nothing about it.
It should have been it. It really should have been it.
I don't know whether this is actually becoming more embarrassing now than the first half, because Atletico Madrid have put on the kids, and the kids look absolutely full of confidence that they can go and score at will for Atletico.
Well, they're all fit and they're all keen, and it should have been a goal. You know, I've seen Carmelo there, who should have scored. I saw them making an argument because, you know, they don't want him there.
Yeah, I think so too. But the problem remains, Jerry. Have the lessons been learned from the last few years when they're being shown up so badly here?
Oh my goodness. Everything went right. Paul, honestly, it should have been another goal.
This could be another big moment in the season ahead. If they're going to get a level of performance out of Vitolo, and he's beginning to look like the player we saw at Sevilla.
He is, and he's played the ball in there. He's gone for the return pass, and he's thinking it over the top of Keylor Navas. Griezmann, they have got a lot of quality players in there, and João Felix has been top drawer. He's going to score goals, he's going to create goals for them.
Thinking back even slightly further, Jerry, to echo your point, you know, the team season before, penalty for Real Madrid, and a fig leaf to cover some of their wounded pride, perhaps. Nacho won it. He was a bit too clever.
Well, do you know what? He's a utility player. I told you can play anywhere in the back four. He's got into that position and he's gone outside Herrera and he's won the penalty kick. And it's Benzema who's going to take it.
He can't wait to take it, Benzema. Oblak's looking thoroughly fed up with life, isn't he? He's conceded one and now he might concede again. He does concede again.
Well, this game's finishing 2-2 the second half. They lost the first half 5-0, but he'll say we drew 2-2. It's a good run. That's a clumsy challenge, I have to say. Herrera, he gets across him, and I can see why the referee's given the penalty. But well done to Nacho. That's some penalty, isn't it? Positioned that perfectly just inside the post. He was Real Madrid's top goal scorer last season with 20.
Good campaigner for Porto and another good pick-up by Simeone.
Hasn't he done well? He's a really good man in the transfer market.
Oblak, sharp stop. It's still alive for Real Madrid. Vasquez, deflection on the cross, all along the goal line and turned in. It's another one for Real Madrid.
Wow, that's fantastic stuff. I have to say, the shot from Kubo from the edge of the box was fantastic. That was unbelievable.
And the player credited with the goal to make things look slightly better, De La Fuente.
Yeah, Gareth Bale on the end of it, heading it downwards, and then in it goes from De La Fuente. Does it cross the line? Oh, it doesn't.
I'm not sure actually, and credit to the player who actually followed in thereafter.
Well, De La Fuente gets the header there and hits the post. I'm not sure that crosses the line.
I don't think it did, Jerry, on reflection.
Yeah. So then it's the follow-up. No, it doesn't.